Doomsday to Doomsday in English. And that one had a very sad ending. Finally, the couples end their life because they can't be together. So there are movies, love stories, which normally love stories should leave on a happy ending, because lovers are nice people. Why give them sadness?
In this West Side Story movie, have you been the mean role?
We remade
was
that
the
film.
female? Aishwarya?
Aishwarya Rai. Aishwarya was.
I remember.
She was my sister in the movie.
I remember.
We were twin brother and sister because we look like each other.
You have not green eyes.
And I wore contact lenses.
Are there any, if you have a love story in a Bollywood movie, are there any limits you have to respect? We don't have in our culture?
Not really. Not anymore. Not anymore. Maybe 10 years ago, you needed to make the love stories very innocent and naive and simple, because love stories were normally for the younger people. So you said, okay, let's not get into a situation where it gets complicated. So the complexity of a love story was reduced, and you kept it like Love Story, the English film. There's just a little obstacle, and it does not get into sexual intricacies. It does not get into confusing zones of how society will react. It was kept very simple. But now no longer. I think there is no sexual repression. There's no. You can have a little edgy love story and it'll work. I think some people are planning something. I'm too old now to do love stories, really. So nobody's offering me any love stories, thankfully. But now you can be a little more edgy with love stories in India. There's no restriction as such.
There's a little bit more skin and more body in Om Shanti Om, right?
Well, that was because now, when the younger guys are coming in, a lot of them tell me that, you need to be physically very well-toned, like Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise and stuff. And it's a very good thing. I think it's a healthy thing. See, Indian body type was never, something that you look up to, like how you see Africans and they are, able-bodied, and Germans and Americans. They're very conscious of the physicality. Indians were never. The kind of food we eat, really. So I just was playing this character who's not a good actor, just has a good body, and he's very cool and doesn't give a damn, star son. So it was just a little parody or a takeoff on that. So I just built it up for those 3-4 months. Also, my son felt my physique is not good. So just to impress him, I developed a six-pack. He's got a six-pack. So he says, you're flabby, you're fat. So I said, okay, I'll show you. So 3 months I worked hard and got it.
You look stunning anyway. Very last question. There are many commercials with Shah Rukh Khan on Indian TV, and also there's product placement in Om Shanti Om. What does it mean to make money? Just to make money? Or does it mean anything else to you?
I don't know, maybe I didn't think these kind of questions would be asked to me in Germany, but I'm glad it's been done, because I didn't know whether, how much of Indian cinema you know. But that's why I didn't want to tell anyone. But I don't charge money for my films. Whichever movie I do, of course this is my production, so if I pay myself, it's okay. But when I'm doing a production for somebody, one other thing, our films are not financed by companies, they're self-financed. We put in our money. This is what indie films, in America, that is not like a financial house which finances you or a bank. So I don't take money for my films. What I do is, I decided very early on in my career that I'm not going to do movies and increase my price if I become a big star. But I will do all the offshoots of the branding that I get from being a movie star. So I do a lot of endorsements. I started single-handedly endorsements in the Indian film industry. Nobody used to do it before me. From Tag Heuer to Pepsi, I've done all of them single-handedly. Nobody used to do them. Actually, even actors that time used to tell me, don't do this, this is wrong, nobody does it. I did that, I do a lot of shows, and for all that I do charge a lot of money. I try to make sure that the product is nice, what I like to use otherwise, and mostly it has been, whether it's Hyundai, the international products and all. But I take that money and put it back into the films. Like this movie is made from the money I had earned. And after 7 years of running my company, this is the first year we made a profit thanks to Eros International. They made the film ahead, they've got it here. Otherwise we were always losing money. And I kept on doing all this. So in my office, which has a strength of 100 people now, youngsters, who I got from different places. It's like they all call me by my first name. They say, Shah Rukh, we don't have money to shoot this. So I'm like, okay, 1 second, I'll just quickly do an endorsement. I'll be back in about 3 days. Go spend it, we'll bring the money. So I started earning money because I'm a little anti-taking loans. I'm old-fashioned. I get scared of loans, going to banks and stuff like that. And I really wanted to create an empire. I'll use the word empire, which is based on my sweat and blood. At the end of it all, if I make a movie which nobody wants to make, if I say something through my work, I don't want the financier ever questioning me. I want to create this whole filmmaking machinery, whether it's animation, I've got a VFX studio, and it's all with the money that I've earned from endorsement. So I thank them for allowing me to live the dream that I have without putting pressure on my films. So money is meant for making movies, and of course buying myself a bigger house and car also.
Very last question. You are in the footsteps of Amitabh Bachchan, I think, if you think of the remake of Don or a big TV show on Indian television. Is it risky for you? Is there a challenge to be the successor of the big grand seigneur Bachchan? How do you handle it?
With due respect, let me not deride anyone. I think Mr. Bachchan is too great a star. He's a senior person. He's wonderful, and I have immense amount of respect. I don't think I'll ever be as wonderful or as wunderbar as Mr. Bachchan. I think he's fantastic. When I was young, I used to watch his films and hoped that I would become a movie star. And I still hope I become a movie star when I look at him, because I think he's truly a wonderful star. Having said that, and I have a huge amount of respect. I mean, in the media, people keep saying we have problems and we fight, and no, we don't. We are very friendly, and the kind of friendship you can have between a 42-year-old and a 67-year-old. We share that respect and friendship whenever we worked in a lot of films. But having said that, very clearly, when I do my work, I'm very cocky about it myself. I'm very arrogant about the work I do. And I'm like, very clearly, I do it my way. And I cannot do it any other way, because that may be much better. I can't do it the Bachchan way because he's doing it much better than I can. So the only way I know how to do my work is my way. And when I get offered something, whether it's a Don, I've grown up watching the film, so it's a dream. Devdas and Don were two films I'd watched when I was young. My mother used to sit down, and we used to sit down together and watch this movie together. Suddenly I get an opportunity to do a film like this. Why not? I'll do it my way. And I did, and I'm very, very proud of it. I've still not done it as well as Mr. Dilip Kumar or Mr. Bachchan, but it's my way. So I'm thrilled with that. Television show, I was offered, and I said, see, if Mr. Bachchan's not doing it, only then I would do it. I have too much respect to do something that he wants to do, and he wasn't, so I did, and I still feel I've done it my way. So I don't have any pressure. I've never been under pressure. When I came from New Delhi, I had no money in my pocket. I had no house. I had no parents. Nobody thought I would become a movie star because I didn't look like a typical Indian movie star at that point of time. When I finished my career, right now I have 13 awards. I have a French honor. I have Padma Shri. I'm in Madame Tussauds. I'm in the Greven Museum. I'm at the Berlin Film Festival. You can't take away that from me, even if you take everything away. So I have nothing to lose. Whatever I have today will be much more than what I had 17 years ago. So I have no pressure. I just do what I feel like doing. I play it off the cuff. I have a good heart, and I pray for everyone that everyone should be happy. So there is nothing ever pressurizing me that, do I have to live up to this? No. I just have to live up to what I think is right. And I think I've done that. I'm quite happy. My kids are grown up well. And I don't want anything more from life. So there's no pressure, oh, he's done it, so I have to do it. I don't compare. I run my race with blinkers on with myself. And I've been running well, so I'm happy.